Is it also true that you pled guilty of use of a controlled substance on August 11th and the 15th, August 11th of this year in the 15th District Court?
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we've got a case that dives deep into the struggles of addiction, probation, and second chances colliding with the harsh reality of courtroom accountability. We're inside a Michigan courtroom, where Bradley Chavez faces sentencing not just for one mistake, but for multiple violations that include drinking and driving, reckless behavior, and even substance abuse. What makes this hearing especially gripping is the tension between his lawyer, who insists Bradley is turning his life around, and the judge, who sees a long history of bad decisions catching up to him. You'll notice moments of confusion from Bradley himself, as he tries to process multiple overlapping cases, and the courtroom doesn't make things any easier. This is where law meets raw human vulnerability. Stick with us, because by the end of this hearing, we'll see whether the court believes in rehabilitation, or if it's time Bradley finally faces a much tougher consequence.
Court will recall the cases of the state of Michigan versus Bradley Chavez. We're here for sentencing on a violation as well as in a new matter.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you for the extended time. We went over the violation sentencing as well as the sentencing on the drinking and driving. We went over the police report together, and I do understand the court's concerns. First and foremost, Mr. Chavez totally admits to his mistake of drinking and driving. That's without a doubt what he did. He did indicate he would never, he was driving recklessly because he consumed alcohol, and he is not in any denial about that. He said he'd never intentionally ram into cars. He kind of explained the driving situation to me. He was parked and leaving a parked situation. There was a car close to him, and he was, due to his intoxication, like jerking the car. It looked like he was backing up very abruptly and then kind of speeding forward. And so he can understand how that looked to the caller. And he's deeply regretful. He understands that was a very dangerous situation.
Notice how Bradley's attorney frames the narrative. She's drawing a clear line between the bad year of 2023 and what she claims has been steady progress ever since. This is a classic defense strategy. Compartmentalize the damage, highlight the gaps since the last violation, and argue that probation is doing its job. But here's the catch. Prosecutors and judges rarely buy the "it was just one bad year" defense when the violations are recent and repeated. What do you think? Should one clean year outweigh a series of reckless decisions? Or is this just another attempt to downplay serious risks to public safety?
Your Honor, looking at both the offenses, I do think it's important that they both are from 2023. And clearly there was a lot going on that year, and he was making poor decisions. Since then, I don't see any issues with alcohol that have popped up since then. He's still facing the impacts of that year and the bad choices he made. I do think at this point, him being on probation for the drinking and driving case will be enough as a sentence without any additional jail time to see that he does have his drinking under control. And as a consequence for these actions, he also understands why he's going to lose 4A, which is a further consequence of his choices. But he's in no denial about the mistakes he made as far as the domestic violence case or the drinking and driving. He does want the chance to show this court that he can comply with this new probation if he's sentenced to that today. I know he also wants to address the court himself as well.
So first of all, I think that he needs to be arraigned on the violation in the 23-00383, which indicates that he pled guilty to operating while impaired by liquor and the use of controlled substance. Two different cases, actually. So one is the case that I have before me. And then the second one is the use of a controlled substance from August 11th of 25. So I'm not sure what you mean by how he's gotten it together, because it appears that there's a 25 F55617 case.
And here's the turning point. The judge isn't letting the defense spin go unchallenged. By bringing up the August 2025 controlled substance case, the judge is essentially saying, don't tell me he's changed when the evidence says otherwise. This is a huge blow because it undercuts the attorney's argument completely. It also shows how probation violations aren't just technical slip-ups, they carry real weight. One new charge can unravel the whole foundation of a lenient sentence. What would you do if you were the judge here? Give him another chance or slam the brakes on leniency?
You have a right to have a hearing on these matters, sir. At which time, if it is found you violate the terms of your probation, you could do the maximum penalty in the original case that we have here for aggravated domestic violence, which is up to 1 year in the Washington jail. Ms. Mueller, what would your client like to do?
Mr. Chavez will be admitting to the violations.
All right, Mr. Chavez, is it true, sir? You're
Is-
going to be admitting to those violations?
Yeah, I'm just sorry. I'm just really confused because I know today was two sentencings for two different things. And I know I spoke with Mr. Monsieur yet last night. I'm just really trying to comprehend like what exactly is kind of going on. I'm sorry. I'm trying to really understand. I know this one you said I'm pleading, or this one I'm pleading for which case? And
Sir, you're here for, and I just arraigned you on violating your probation in two separate ways. One is having a new charge for which you're being sentenced today for operating while impaired under the influence of liquor. And then a second charge in front of the 15th District Court for use of a controlled substance on August 11th of 2025. So
Okay.
the violation is both of those cases are violations of my case.
yes, okay, I understand now. Yes, okay. So for the one that you said from August.
Mr. Chavez, we need to admit to the violations, which the judge just went over.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. We'll have to do one thing at a time. And the first
Okay, I'm
step is
sorry.
we have to admit to the new cases that you did get charged and pled on those.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, I just know I have to the 15th District Court. I know I have court with them too with this case. Yes, I plead guilty, Your Honor.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn. Sir, it's true you pled guilty to a charge here of operating while impaired in the case number 23-00383, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
This moment is crucial. Bradley admits guilt not only to operating while impaired but also to using a controlled substance. His hesitation and confusion earlier highlight just how overwhelming these cases can be for defendants, especially when multiple courts and timelines overlap. But at the end of the day, an admission like this takes away any wiggle room. The judge now has confirmation in the record that Bradley violated probation in two different ways. For viewers, this is where sympathy gets complicated. On one hand, you hear his confusion, but on the other, the facts are crystal clear.
Is it also true that you pled guilty of use of a controlled substance on August 11th and the 15th, August 11th of this year in the 15th District Court?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I find that there's a factual basis for the violations. Are you satisfied, Ms. Woods?
Yes, Judge.
As to the sentencing, is there anything else you want to say on behalf of your client, Ms. Mueller?
Your Honor, I think I was focused here on these cases, and I do understand this new case is clearly from this year and current, so that is worrisome. But I think Mr. Chavez is likely struggling here, it looks like, and with substances as well. But I do think sometimes any jail time, and part of his agreement on that case, which I know is not in any way binding here for his violations, they did agree to no upfront jail and the 7411. So at least on that case, it seems like they're trying to give him a chance to fix his situation. I know any extended jail or further jail can sometimes kind of just cause more disarray. I think he needs treatment and he does need probation. But I would ask the court.
The defense strategy shifts here. Instead of denying or minimizing, Bradley's attorney leans into treatment over punishment. She's painting jail as counterproductive, a place that would disrupt the fragile stability he's been building. And she's not wrong. Research shows that treatment programs can be far more effective than short-term jail time for substance-related cases. But here's the tension. How many second chances is too many? Judges are constantly balancing compassion with community safety, and Bradley's record makes this decision particularly tough. Viewers, do you think treatment alone is enough here, or does the judge need to make an example?
To not order jail at this time.
Ms. Woods?
Judge, in regards to the violation of the probation, I believe it is appropriate for him to be discharged without improvement, to have his status revoked. Based on the fact that he picked up those cases. Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Chavez, what would you like to say, sir?
Well, honestly, Your Honor, I know it's been so many things that I've been doing. I know I messed up a lot with drinking. I know I'm not that old. I know I'm pretty young, and I was drinking a lot at a young age, and I've been alone for a lot at a young age, and I was drinking and driving. I was using substances that I shouldn't have been using, and I ruined my life in a lot of ways. And I've been trying to set it straight for a long time. And I've been like, I don't drink anymore. I stay away from all the people that I used to know that be around that stuff. I don't have any more family out here in Michigan. I don't have a mom or dad that live out here. I don't have any brothers or sisters. And I was just finally able to leave a home where I was at, where I was living with a bunch of people that were not a good environment for me. I finally have a really good, stable job that I go to 5 days a week, where I can finally make enough to pay my own rent. And I don't have extra money to pay a lot of things more, but I save up all I have just to be able to maintain my steady lifestyle. I go to testing every time I have to go. I know I'm required 3 times a month, and I have no problem doing that because I know I'm going to stay clean, and I know I've been staying clean.
This is one of the most emotional moments of the hearing. Bradley opens up about his struggles, growing up alone, falling into bad environments, and now trying to rebuild with steady work and sobriety. His voice carries sincerity, and for a moment, you can feel the humanity behind the legal record. This is exactly why courtroom drama hits so hard. It's not just about laws and violations, but about real people clawing for redemption. Question for you. Do you believe Bradley is truly turning his life around, or is this just another polished courtroom plea we've all heard before?
So I have no problem doing that, and I will comply with the court as much as I can with money-wise and any meetings that I have to do, any programs that I have to do. Not just because I want to, end this, but because I want to change my life around. I don't want to get older and be addicted or end up throwing my life away in the worst way possible. And I'm just really hoping that you guys give me the chance to prove that to you, because I know I can do it, and I've really been trying. And that's all I have to say, Your Honor. And I just thank you guys for the opportunity.
What's going on with you using another substance? It's not just alcohol.
Yes, I understand that. It was when I had got arrested for that. I can't even remember what. I know it wasn't this year. It was, I think, 2 years ago when I had got arrested for that substance on me, and I was around a bunch of bad people, and I was around a bunch of people that were around these substances at all times. I'm sorry that I even hate to admit it, but that was my life at the moment, and I really got away from it, and I'm really sorry. And I've just been trying to get my life together ever since. I don't want to grow up and continue doing that. I don't want to be an alcoholic. I want to fix my life. And I'm really trying. I'm really sorry.
Your Honor, the
Date of offense.
July 26, 2024.
Mr. Chavez, you sound sincere.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Barnett, is there, there's one of the cases is yours. Is there anything you want to say with respect to the OUIL case?
Yeah, I've reviewed the pre-sentence investigative report. I don't have any corrections to it. I support the recommendations. It does appear that he has some insight into what's going on, and it does appear that some of these things that he's was dealing with were somewhat in the past. I would note that Mr. Pappenhagen stated he has a real chance to turn his life around if he involves himself in the recovery community. I'm hoping maybe this will be that impetus for him to do that. So that's all I have to say.
Mr. Chavez, I'm gonna give you an opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is it, because you've had opportunities. This is your last one.
I understand. I understand. I do.
I'm just writing notes. Give me one moment. All right, in case number 23S00383, sir, I'm going to apply the bond that was posted in this case of $1,000. You still owe the court $325.
Okay.
You're discharged from probation without improvement. And your 769.4A is revoked. That case will be, you'll be off probation, but you still need to pay the fines and costs.
Okay. Is there a way I could pay that online?
Yes, you can pay it online.
Okay.
In number 24T00443. I'm gonna follow a recommendation of the probation department.
And there it is, the sentence. The judge strikes a middle ground, technically jail time, but suspended if Bradley complies with probation, treatment, and strict oversight. Add on community service, fines, drug testing, and mandatory 12-step meetings, and this isn't a slap on the wrist. It's a heavy probation package designed to force structure into Bradley's life. What's interesting is that this sentence reflects the court's cautious hope, giving him a pathway to rehabilitation while keeping the hammer of jail time ready if he slips again. Do you think this balance is fair, or should the court have gone harder?
It is the sentence of this court, sir, that you serve 93 days in the Washington County Jail. Credit for the 2 days that are served, 90 are suspended. You have 5 days for a total of 40 hours of community service. You are on 12 months of probation. Fines and court costs in this case for a total of $725. $30 per month probation oversight fee. You to complete an assessment for intensive outpatient services and follow all their recommendations, including those for treatment and any aftercare, and sign a release of information for the probation department. You to schedule this assessment to happen within 1 week of today's date. You to attend the MAD Victim Impact Panel within 45 days of this sentence. You to report to the probation officer monthly via the online reporting platform and report during the second week of each month. You to meet with probation when and where directed, including any and all home visits. There's no use of alcohol, marijuana, illegal drug paraphernalia, and no being in the presence of anyone using those. Or firearms, firearm components, and dangerous weapons. You must drug and alcohol test 3 times per month, and any other times is ordered by the court and or police. You are to attend 12-step meetings 3 times per month and provide proof of attendance to the probation officer monthly. You're to obtain a sponsor within 60 days of today's date. And you must comply with all of your 15th District Court probation terms. We're going to have a review in 60 days, sir. That's going to put you on October 20th, 2025 at 10:00 a.m. I'll set a review in the other case for the same date to see if you paid your fines and costs of $325. Okay?
Okay. Is there? I'm not sure if my other attorney will get in touch with me. I just want to have all of this like.
You're going to contact the probation department. They're going to go over with you. Did you write down the phone number earlier?
No, Mr. Monsieur talked to me yesterday. He said it's Miss Annette Johnson, so I have her phone number.
Okay. Well, she's actually not going to be your agent anymore, I don't think. I think it's Mr. Pappenhagen. 1 second.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll get the new number.
It's the same phone number, though.
Okay. What's the name? I just want to write it down.
Annette, it's Miss Johnson. It's Miss Johnson. So please make sure you reach out to her tomorrow after 9 o'clock, okay?
Okay. The only other thing I know I have been doing testing regularly, and I know I spoke with you last time about the medical card. I just want to know if that is the same with this case. Otherwise, I don't want to test positive for something that I had already been approved for, and for this new case, I just want to be safe, just to know.
Given your use of substances, I'm not sure I want to grant you.
No, I understand. That's the only reason why I asked, because last time I did ask, you did require me to give you the medical card and the letters from the doctor signed and everything. and I did provide that. I just didn't know if this new probation was gonna allow the same thing. They do have all that information at the community corrections right across the street from the the county. I just wanted to make sure because I just want to be safe, you know.
So Barnett, what's your position on medical marijuana?
Your Honor, I'll leave that in your discretion.
I'll
Just,
continue the approval then. All right, you're all set, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
So, let's recap. Bradley Chavez walked into this courtroom facing serious probation violations, drunk driving, substance abuse, and a history of poor decisions. His defense argued for treatment over jail, and while the judge recognized his sincerity, the ruling made it clear enough chances have been wasted. Bradley now faces a strict probation sentence, suspended jail time hanging over him, and a long list of conditions that will test whether he's truly ready to change. This case is a perfect example of how courts juggle rehabilitation and accountability. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.